Welcome to part 1 of Beyond the Stars. I'm going to be helping you to know where to place your stitches for each round of this pattern. So you can go ahead and gather your supplies. I'm going to be using a few shades of a mix of cotton bamboo yarn for mine with the appropriate sized hook. It will work good with any size yarn. Just use the hook that they ask for that size of yarn. It can be an ombre or a color changing or a solid color if you prefer. So let's gather our supplies and let's get started. For round 1, we're going to be starting with a magic circle or magic ring as it's called. Chain 1 to close the ring, and then into the ring we will work 12 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 10, 11, and 12 single crochet. And I just close it a little bit, or partially close the ring, slip stitch to the top of our starting single crochet for round 1. And now I can go ahead and tighten up the ring. Round 2, we will chain 3, and then we'll double crochet in that same stitch where we joined the end of last round. So the chain 3 counts as a stitch, so it's 2 double crochet then in that first stitch. In the next stitch we'll place a double crochet, chain 1, and then 2 double crochet in the next stitch. And we'll repeat that a total of 5 times. 1 double crochet, chain 1, and then 2 double crochet in the next stitch. And I'll meet you back just before we join this round. So when you've worked those 5 repeats around, we should be left with 1 stitch. We will make 1 double crochet in that stitch, chain 1, and then join to the top of the chain 3 to close round 2. Round 3, we will start with the chain 3 again, and 2 double crochet into that next stitch. 1 and 2. Then we'll make 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and in the chain 1 space we'll make 2 double crochet. 1 and 2. 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and 2 double crochet in the next. So we'll repeat that around. So it'll be 1 double crochet in the stitch, 2 in the space, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and 2 in the next stitch, for a total of 5 times, and I'll meet you just before the end of this round. When you've worked those 5 repeats, you should be left with 1 stitch and 1 space. So we will double crochet in that last stitch, and then 2 double crochet in that chain 1 space. And then we can go ahead and join to our starting chain to finish off round 3. And there should be a total of 36 stitches. Round 4, we'll start with the chain 3, then 1 double crochet in the next stitch. Then we'll start our repeated section, 2 double crochet in the next stitch, 1 and 2, and then double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. So we'll repeat that around a total of 11 times of working this 2 double crochet in one stitch, double crochet in the next 2. So you can continue that around, and I'll meet you just before we join this round. When you've done that repeat all the way around for a total of 11 times, you should be left with this one last stitch, and we're going to make 2 double crochet in that last stitch. And then we can join to our starting chain to end round 4, 48 stitches. Round 5, we'll start with a chain 3, and then we will work a double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches, 1 and 2. And now we get to the part of the pattern that creates the lovely texture. So we're going to make a chain 18 strap. So it just starts as it says, chain 18, and we want to be careful that these chains aren't loose and sloppy, but we don't want them too tight either. We need to work into them. We'll be slip stitching down through the chains, so they need to be loose enough for us to do that without being tight and pulling. So I need to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I need one more for 18 chains. And then we're going to work slip stitches in these chains. So we're not going to work that first chain that's right at the bottom of our loop that's on the hook, but working into the next chain. And we want to insert our hook just above that lower loop, so it goes under the top loop and that loop that's on the back, that back bump. So the hook is under 2 loops of the chain and pull through to finish the slip stitch. So we're just going to slip stitch in each of these chains back down to form the strap. When you get to the last chain, we only want to use that top loop, so our hook's just going under one loop instead of under the back bump as well. Okay, then we need to, without twisting our strap, we're going to curve it down in front of our work. Okay, so we're going to find our row 2 stitches. So that's the round where we have those chain 1 spaces. We want to make the strap go underneath this first double crochet, which is actually that chain 3. So you just push the strap to the back through that chain 1 space, around behind that chain 3. So pull it a little bit from the back, and then push it up back to the right side or the front, around behind that double crochet, which is a chain 3, and then we're going to have the strap go over top of the second double crochet and then around this third one. So we push it back to the back and then back out to the front through that chain 1 space. And then just pull it up. Now to close the strap, so you want to be careful that the strap didn't twist. There we go. So to slip stitch this strap together, we want to see, we can see the tops of our slip stitches here. We're going to slip stitch under the front loop or the first loop of that slip stitch plus this extra loop that's on the end of the strap from that first chain one. So the hook goes under the front loop of that slip stitch and out through that loop on the end of the strap. Then we can complete our slip stitch. You may need to hold that strap to get your hook through and then through the loop on your hook for our first chain 18 strap. You skip the stitch, the next double crochet behind that strap, and then double crochet in the next 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4 double crochet, then 2 double crochet in the next stitch, 1 and 2, and double crochet in each of the next 3, 1, 2, and 3. We'll work a chain 18 as well for another strap. 17 and 18 chain, and then slip stitching back down the chain as we did for our first strap. Remembering that the hook is going under 2 loops of those chains to make the slip stitch. So I've done 16 slip stitches. Remembering on that 17th or that last slip stitch, we just use the top loop to slip stitch through. Okay, then we take our strap and we will enter into that same chain space as the last strap went through. Pull it to the back a bit around behind that first double crochet and push it back to the front. Over the next double crochet and down to the back again between those two, and back out that chain space and pull it up. So this strap went under the 4th and the 6th double crochet of round 2 with the 5th double crochet behind the strap. Okay, so being able to see the tops of our slip stitches, again we insert the hook under just the front loop of that first slip stitch or that ending slip stitch and the loop right at the end of our chain. And pull that yarn through and through the loop on our hook to finish our slip stitch, and our second strap is complete. So you continue to work that around. You should have 6 straps by the end, and I will meet you just before we join. Now when you get to the end of your chain when you're making the strap, if you're finding that you're having a hard time when we come to joining the strap at the other end, identifying which is the top of the slip stitches or which is the loops you want to work, I suggest on this first slip stitch that we make to put a stitch holder under both of the top loops of the slip stitch so you can identify the right side and where to put your hook to join the edge of the strap. So for our final strap, our 6th strap, it will come back up around that last double crochet and into that same space that the first strap entered. And then we will just close this as we did before, the front loop of that last slip stitch and through that extra loop on the end. Slip stitch to close our chain, our strap, And then we will make the 4 double crochet behind. 1, 2, 3, and 4 double crochet, and then working 2 double crochet into that last stitch of this round, and join to the top of the chain 3 to finish off. So round 5 has a total of 54 stitches plus those 6 straps, which forms our beautiful little design. So I wanted to show you a little different look for this blanket. We're going to be working the straps in a different color. So I've worked the first 4 rounds with this multicolor yarn, and then for the straps, or sort of the star points to pop out on this, I'm going to use a white sparkly yarn. So we will start round 5 as usual with our chain 3, and then double crochet in the next 2. So 1 and 2. Now on the second one, I'm only going to pull through 2 once, leaving those 2 loops on the hook, and I'll attach my next color to that yarn, and then I will use the second color to pull through those last 2, and then it's ready to work the strap using this color. So remember, we chain 18, and 18 chain, and then not working the first one but into the second chain, we're going to make those slip stitches coming down, and I like to mark that first one just so I can find it easier when we attach the strap. So it's 1 slip stitch, 2, 3, then remember on the 17th one we just go under that 1 loop for our slip stitch. Okay, and then we want to feed this strap under that, in this group of 3 DC on the second round, under the first one, and the second one will stay behind the strap, and then under the third one as well. Pull that strap up. So actually, to close the strap, we're going to go back to our main colors. So when we go under those 2 loops at the end of the strap, we're going to use our main color yarn to pull through, and then we need to work in the next 4 double crochet. So using the main color, I'm going to carry, here it is, that yarn through, or work over top of that yarn. So as I make the double crochet, I work over top of the alternate color. So 2, 3, and 4, 2 double crochet in the next stitch, always working over that color B yarn, and double crochet in the next 3, 2, and 3. But on this third one, we will switch back to color B for our final pull through, so it's ready to work our next strap, and so on. So that's how you would work those straps in 2 colors. It's a good idea if you're carrying the yarn through like this to have the straps in a lighter color than your main color, and then they don't show up so much behind those stitches. If this is a darker color, you will see the carried through as you work over it. So alternately, you could cut your yarn after each strap, work color B, join the new yarn again, and continue that way. You will have a lot more ends to finish off if you work it that way. But especially if you really want these in a darker color, you may want to reattach your yarn for each of the individual straps as you work your way around. So that gives a nice effect as well. So you can see when I finish this whole round here, the effect that using a different color for the straps has, and really makes that star pop out. So on the last strap, I would just fasten off my color B, work the next few rounds with color A, and then reattach color B to work the next set of straps. Round 6, we will slip stitch into this next stitch and start our chain 3 there, double crochet into the next stitch, which should be just before the strap. So in the strap, into that big hole you can see right here, we are going to make 2 double crochet. 1 and 2. Double crochet in the next 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4 double crochet. 2 double crochet in the next stitch. 1 and 2. Double crochet in the next 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, which again should take us right to that strap. And we'll start the repeat over with the 2 double crochet in the strap. 4 doubles, 2 in the next stitch, 4 more doubles. So we've done 1 full repeat. We want to do that a total of 5 times, and I'll meet you after the 5th repeat before we join this round. So after the 5th repeat, we have 1 strap left, so we will work the 2 double crochet in that space of that strap at the top there. So those 2 double crochet, then double crochet in the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 2 double crochet in the next stitch. 1 and 2, and then we'll double crochet in the last 2 stitches. Which should bring us to our starting chain 3, so we'll join to the top of that to end round 6. There should be a total of 72 stitches in this round. You may find if the straps aren't laying quite straight, you might want to just help them out a little bit, gently pull them into a nicer position. Round 7, we will slip stitch into the next stitch, chain 3, and then we'll make 2 double crochet in the next stitch, which should be the first double crochet that's in the strap, double crochet in the next 6 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we're going to make another strap. This time we're going to chain 21. 5 and 19, 20, and 21 chain. And then we slip stitch back down the chain like we did in the previous round. So you can go ahead and work those slip stitches down there, and I'll meet you at the bottom of the chain. So remembering on this last chain, we just use that one loop to make the slip stitch through. Okay, and then we need to feed the strap through the stitches. So we're going to look on round 4. So this is round 6, 5, and 4. And they would go around these 2 stitches that we made into the same stitch. So we'll feed the strap underneath both of those stitches and out the other side. Okay, so push it down and then pull it back up through the other side and going around those 2 stitches that we made in the same stitch. And then remembering to come back up and looking at the top of the slip stitch, we will go in that first loop of the last slip stitch and into that top loop to pull the yarn through and finish our slip stitch to close our strap. Then we will double crochet in the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we'll repeat that for a total of 5 times, starting with that 2 double crochet in the next stitch and 6 double crochet before our chain 21 strap, and ending with the 5 double crochet after the strap. So you can go ahead and work your way around, and I'll meet you over on this side before we join. When you've worked 5 of those repeats, we will have ended with the 5 double crochet past that last strap. Then we'll need to make sure to work 2 double crochet in, 2 double crochet in this next stitch. 1 and 2, and then double crochet in the next 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we'll make our last strap, so you can go ahead and do that. So fastening the strap, and then we will double crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. 2, 3, and 4 double crochet to finish off this round, and slip stitch to the top of that starting chain 3. So if you need to, you can adjust some of your straps that they lay straight. it should have a total of 78 stitches plus the 6 chain 21 straps. Round 8, we're going to slip stitch in each of the next 2 stitches, 1 and 2, and then we will chain 3 and then double crochet in 6. So this is the start of our repeated section. 6 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. To double crochet in that next strap, and double crochet in the next 6 stitches after the strap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then 2 double crochet in that next stitch. 1 and 2 in that stitch. So we'll repeat that a total of 5 times, starting with the 6 double crochet, 2 in the strap, 6 more double crochet, and then 2 in this last stitch. So repeat that part 5 times, and I'll meet you back close to the end of this round. Now that we've worked our 5 repeats, we will crochet in the next 6, so double crochet in those 6 stitches leading up to the strap. So that's 4, 5, and 6 double crochet, and then the last strap we will work 2 double crochet in that strap, that big hole in the middle, and then 6 double crochet past the strap, 3, 4, 5, and 6, which should be that last stitch before our starting chain 3, and then we'll double crochet into the second slip stitch that we made at the start of this round, which is just at the base of our starting chain 3, and then we'll join to the top of that chain 3 to finish off round 8. Should be 96 stitches, and again you can check your straps and adjust to any so that they lay straight. And we'll chain 3 and double crochet in that same stitch, and then we'll do a simple repeat of double crochet in 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then 2 double crochet in the next stitch. And we'll do that a total of 11 times. So 7 double crochet in 7 stitches, 2 double crochet in the next, and do that for a total 11 times, and I'll meet you just before we end this round. When we've worked our 11 repeats around, we should have 7 stitches left, so we'll just double crochet in each of those 7 stitches. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then we can go ahead and slip stitch to the top of that chain 3 to finish off round 9. There should be 108 stitches in this round. Chain 3 and double crochet in those first 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. Then we'll make a chain 21 strap again, so go ahead and work your 21 chains and then slip stitch back down them, and I'll meet you when you get back to the bottom of the chain. So I'm ready for my final slip stitch, just taking that top loop for that slip stitch. So before we close up the strap, we're going to find the places where we're going to pull the strap through. It's a little bit different for this round. So the first one, we want to find round 7. So we're working round 10. Round 9 was our previous round, round 8. So this is round 7 here. Find the strap that comes just after we finished working, and we want to count the 4th double crochet before the strap. I'm just going to add a stitch marker to that stitch for right now. And then after the strap, we're going to count to the 4th double crochet after it. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, if you wish to go all the way around and mark these stitches now, you can. So the 4th stitch before and after each of these straps. So now, after we have worked our chain 21 strap here for round 10, we want to put this first one, we're going to go around that first marked stitch. So we'll insert it into that space before. I think I need to move my marker to have enough room. And then back out to the front. And then we're also going to go around this next side, or this first side of that previous strap from round 7. And then we'll close off our strap here. So remembering to close the strap, we will insert on that bottom loop of that slip stitch and through the loop at the top of the strap. Pull through those two and through the loop on your hook. Then we will work a double crochet in each of the next 11 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 10, and 11 double crochet. And then we're going to work another chain 21 straps. You can go ahead and make those chains and slip stitch back down, and then I'll show you where that strap will be attached. So finishing up my last slip stitch on this strap. So then to attach the strap, we're going to go through the other loop of the strap down from round 7. So go under that loop, and then the next marked stitch, we will push it to the back and front of that double crochet and back out to the front on the other side of that marked double crochet. And then we can go ahead and secure or close up this strap. and then it's double crochet in the next 7 stitches. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, oops, 5, 6, and 7, and then ready for the next strap that will attach to this first part of the strap from round 7. So go ahead and make that strap. When you have completed this next strap, we will work it around that next marked stitch, so that 4th stitch on round 7 before the next strap of round 7. And again, push it to the back in front of that stitch and back to the front after that stitch, and through the side loop of the strap from round 7. And then we will attach this strap and ready to begin our repeat again of the double crochet in 11 and the strap, double crochet in 7 and a strap. So you can continue to repeat that around for a total of 5 times, and then I'll meet you back here to finish off the round. So after our 5th repeat, we will double crochet in the next 11 stitches, 2, 3, 10, and 11 double crochet. And then we will go ahead and make another strap. So with the chain 21, you can go ahead and do that strap now, and I'll meet you before we attach it. We have fed this strap through the far side of the previous strap on round 7 and through that 4th double crochet. Then we can go ahead and join, and picking up this bottom loop of this marked slip stitch if you've decided that's good or helpful, and then under the loop at the end, and pull through all the loops to fasten that last strap. Then we'll double crochet in these last 3 stitches to finish off this round. 1, 2, and 3 double crochet, and slip stitch to the top of our chain 3. Round 10 complete. So there should be 12 of these chain 21 straps and a total of 108 of the double crochets. And we will chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and make 2 double crochet in that same stitch. So my first double and the second double crochet in the same stitch as our starting chain 3. Then we'll double crochet in the next 3 stitches. So 1, oops, 2, and 3. And then in this space at the top of the strap, we'll place just 1 double crochet this time, and double crochet in the next 11. So 1, oops, 2, 3, 10, and 11 double crochet, which should take us right before this next strap, and we'll place 1 double crochet in that space of the strap. And double crochet in the next 3. 1, 2, and 3. So now we're ready to start the section that we're going to be repeating for 5 times. So in this next stitch here, we're going to place 5 double crochet. So this will be starting to turn our circle into the hexagon shape. So this will be part of the point or the corner. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 double crochet in that same stitch. And then double crochet in the next 3, 1, 2, and 3, and double crochet in the space of the strap, and then double crochet in those next 11 stitches, and double crochet in the next strap, and then the 3 double crochet. So the repeated part starts with those 5 double crochet in the same stitch, and then from thereafter it's the same as how we started after those starting few double crochet. So the 3 double crochet, past the 5, 1 in the strap, 11 double crochet, 1 in the strap, 3 double crochet, and then start again with the 5 in the corner. So you can do that little bit a total of 5 times, and I'll meet you just before we finish off this round. So finishing up my 5th repeat, I've done the last double crochet in that final strap, and I have those 3 double crochet yet to do at the end of that repeat. So 1, 2, and 3 double crochet, which should get us right to our starting stitch, and we want to place 2 double crochet, and we're going to work them right in the slip stitch here that closed the previous round. So just before that chain 3, in that slip stitch, we'll place 2 more double crochet, and then join to the top of that starting chain 3, and that completes the 6th corner of 5 double crochet in the same stitch. So that ends round 11. There should be a total of 144 stitches on this round. Round 12, we'll start with a chain 3 as well, and 1 double crochet into that same stitch, and then we'll double crochet in the next 23 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 21, 22, and 23 double crochet, which should take us to the 3rd or that middle double crochet in the group of 5 from last round, and in that stitch we will make 3 double crochet. So this is the start of our repeat. So 3 double crochet in the same stitch, and then we'll work the 23 double crochet across to this next point, 3 double crochet in that middle stitch, and so on. So you can work the 3 double crochet in 23 doubles all the way around. We'll repeat that 5 times, and I'll meet you just at the end of this round. Once we finished our 5 repeats, the 23rd double crochet should be in that last stitch before where we started the round, and we will work 1 double crochet into the slip stitch that closed last round just at the base before that chain 3 that we started this round. So 1 double crochet in that closing slip stitch, join to the chain 3, and that forms the 3 double crochet for that point or corner. So round 12 should have a total of 156 stitches, You may find you need to stretch it out a little bit, get those straps to stretch a little bit for it to lay flat. And that's round 12. Round 13, we're going to start by making a chain 28 strap. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, and 8. 28 chains. Then we will slip stitch down the chain, so we should have 27 slip stitches working down the chain. 26 and 27 slip stitches. Remembering that last slip stitch, we just work the top loop of the chain. And then we're just going to feed the strap through the legs or the sides of these two down here. And then to close the strap, the same as we have before, we'll use the front loop of that first slip stitch and then into the loop at the end of our chain, and slip stitch through all of that to close it. Then we want to work a double crochet into the same stitch as our chain 3. So in the top of the chain 3 from the previous round, making a double crochet. And then in the next 25 stitches, we will work a double crochet as well. So 1, 2, 3. So the 25th double crochet should fall in the first of the 3 double crochet that are in the center peak. And then in that middle or the center stitch, we will place a double crochet and then work another chain 28 strap. So we will continue that all the way around with the chain 28 strap, double crochet back in the same stitch, and then 25 double crochet in between our straps. So I'll meet you here at the end of this round. So when you've worked your way around to the end, you'll want to place a double crochet in that same space as we closed last round into that slip stitch, and then just slip stitch under or in the middle of that strap that we started this round with to finish round 13. And there should be a total of 162 stitches plus these 6 straps that we made. Round 14, we'll chain 3 and double crochet into that space or the hole of the chain 28 strap. And then we'll just double crochet in each of the next 27 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. 26 and 27 double crochet, which should bring us right to that next strap, and we will place 3 double crochet in the space at the top of the strap. 1, 2, and 3. So we'll continue to work that around. After those 3 double crochet, you work 27 double down the next side, 3 double crochet in each of the strap. So I'll meet you just before we get to the end of this round. So we'll want to make sure we finish our 27 double crochet down our final side, and then end with a double crochet into the space at the top of that strap, and close to our starting chain to end round 14 and to finish off part 1. Now you might want to check your straps that they're not pulling your work at all. If they are, you might want to consider redoing them with a slightly larger hook. just to give them a bit more give. The other thing you might find you need to do is just sort of stretch your work out at each of those points a bit, where those straps are, and that is part 1. I look forward to seeing you back here for part 2. These first 14 rounds make a beautiful motif that you could crochet several of them and join together as an optional design and blanket.